Hey, good to see you, boys. I'm so excited to do this. A special May the 4th be with you. But we're recording it on the 4th because we wanted to talk about the humongous universe of Star Wars.
Did you guys watch the new Obi-Wan trailer today?
Yes. Oh, I did not.
Oh,
Yes.
It looks pretty cool. I'm glad it's 6 episodes.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this for a while, ever since it's been a rumor. Like, I love Obi-Wan, and I think there's plenty of story to tell in between Revenge of the Sith and the original Star Wars.
Do you even know Star Wars, bro?
Do I?
Okay, so before we get into that,
What?
I just want to touch base with you guys. I want to share some stuff with y'all. I just got back from Shaky Knees Fest in Atlanta. It was a dope 3-day weekend. My roommate bought me tickets for my birthday.
Nice.
I did acid for the first time.
Oh, yeah. How was that?
That surprises me that you've never done acid before.
Okay, so technically I did it one other time, but I was so drunk that I don't even really remember it. So I don't really count it, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, it was insane. It was insane.
How many tabs did you do?
I just did one tab, but it was a really good tab.
Nice. Sometimes that's all it takes. Every time I've done acid, I've always done one, and I had a blast.
Yeah, dude, it lasted I feel like if I would have taken 2, I would have been terrified.
Oh, yeah, dude. I've never had a bad trip or any anxiety off of one tab. But yeah, no, every time I've done acid, one tab has always been perfect, but I could see, like, when I was on it, I remember thinking, like, yeah, if I did 2, this would be overwhelming.
Yeah, dude. It lasted like 12 hours.
Oh, yeah, that shit lasts forever, dude.
Yeah. I took it at like 2 p.m. and wasn't able to go to sleep until like almost 3 in the morning.
That sounds about right.
What? I've done it like 10 in the morning, earlier even, and I couldn't go to sleep at all. Like, I was just...
Who does acid at 10 in the morning?
Me, dude. It's an all day thing. So like, I do it and I ride out the day. It's like the whole day.
It's hilarious.
Dude, it was perfect. It was so fun. So here's like some hilarious things that happened. I took it at 2 p.m. and went and saw this beautiful like singer-songwriter chick. Like, I'm saying her music was beautiful. I mean, she's pretty too, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I was like, she was just like ethereal, and it was just like a really pretty moment. And then I went over to this punk group called Mannequin Pussy, and I was in the mosh pit when it kicked in really hard, and it was fucking perfect. But the funniest part about it was my roommate had given me some like a little container of Asian noodles, and like we had the chopsticks sticking out of it, and I was like, I am too, you know how you don't want to eat when you're on acid?
Yeah.
Not at all, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I know I'll need this later, but right now I can't eat it. So I was like moshing, just holding the noodles above everybody's head and stuff like that. And people started coming up to me and being like, Noodle Guy! Like later in the fest, I was watching the band Spoon, who were incredible. And these group of broy dudes walked up to me and they're like, the fucking noodle dude, because I was just holding the noodles. And I was like, what? And they're like, we saw you at Acid Dad with those noodles. We saw you at Mannequin Pussy with those noodles. They're like, why? They're like, what's in there really? I was like, it's really just noodles. They're like, why are you taking it? Why are you just packing them around with you? I was like, I'm too high on acid to eat them, but I know I'll need them later. And they were just like, fucking noodle dude, you're crazy. And then just like wandered off. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And but then I went, so the rest of the fest was like pretty cool, you know, standard acidy stuff. I had like a really good dance party at one point. I had a big giggle fest at another. But then I saw this band called Godspeed You, Black Emperor. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No, I do not.
Nope. That sounds like a metal as fuck name, though.
No, honestly, they're not. So do you guys know what like a Explosions in the Sky is? They're like
Oh, yeah,
instrumental and like kind of rocky, but also kind of like weird. And so it was
good
like
music to listen to while you're tripping.
Yeah. And dude, their show, they had in the background had this like 8 millimeter film being projected. And it was like, just like scenery and stuff like that. And it was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. At one point in time, I looked at my roommate and was like, I think I'm watching God right now. And then like at another point in time, like it was the kind of thing, like there were all these talented musicians. And like at times it was like a dance party. And then at another time, the music was like really tense and uncomfortable and almost kind of scary. And then like at one point in time, it was just beautiful. My roommate said she looked over at me and I would just had my hand on my heart and was just bawling, crying. So yeah, it was just like a crazy adventure. My first acid trip. I'm not like in a hurry to do it again, but I definitely will do it again. It was a lot of fun. I always thought I would like mushrooms more than acid, but I'm not sure anymore.
No, acid's way better.
See,
I personally like it.
I don't know. I like mushrooms, man.
I love mushrooms. So acid felt, you know how with any psychedelic, it kind of comes and goes in waves. Like you're like, oh, I'm fine for a little bit. And then you're like, oh, I'm not fine at all. Acid, the coming and going felt way more prominent. Also, mushrooms, I feel like are more of an experience where acid kind of just like changes the experience of whatever you do. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And honestly, like the way you and I trip, Cody, is completely different. Like immediately, and I guess Jake too, because like, you guys like to, it seems like you guys like to trip and like go to like music festivals and stuff and like be around people and like
I like to be outside, but acid I've only done at music festivals, concerts and whatnot.
So like because it's so similar to mushrooms, like I treat them the same way. Like I would do neither of those really in public. Like in public meaning like I wouldn't go to like a concert or something like that. Maybe I'm gonna walk around outside or in the woods if I just so happen to be like, near a forest or something. But if I had to do them in the city, like I'll be in my living room, right? And I just like the music is so important to me to the point where like I don't want to listen to anything more than like, maybe if it has lyrics, it's got to be super like calm. Like I got to know, like it's got to be a playlist of songs like I know I'm going to be chill about. Like mushrooms, I feel like I can't even go like, like acid, you could take a tab. For me, that's like a dose, right? You're fine. Like mushrooms, like maybe you could eat a few, but I feel like I have to like do a full on trip for mushrooms and they're going to teach me a lesson about life.
You've never microdosed?
No,
dude.
I feel like I've heard mixed things about it. Like it's mostly bullshit. It seems. No, is it?
Dude, in my humble opinion, I think it's total bullshit.
Really?
Dude, I've microdosed, and it affects me in no way, shape, or form that I can ever be like, oh, that's totally worth doing. I'd rather just trip, honestly.
See, I see the value in both because I've microdosed. There's been times where like I've microdosed at parties and stuff like that. They're really good for big social situations. It's really good. I even microdosed Sunday of the festival. I ate a little bit of mushrooms but not enough to like trip hard. But I felt really high all day. But basically all I'm saying is like microdosing, and I'm not like, there's been times where I've microdosed and even had like tiny trips. Like I think microdosing is a great way. Like you're not going to hallucinate and you're not going to have a life lesson, but things are going to be really silly and you're going to feel kind of weird and it feels good. You know what I mean? Like the sun might shine a little brighter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I could see the usefulness in that if it works and it's not just a placebo, which I don't know. I'm not really having an opinion on it because I've never microdosed. But to me, honestly, I feel like you just go. Like I do see the benefit, sure, but I feel like I'm just going to go for a full trip every time because I do want to kind of try to learn something or like. I guess what I was trying to say earlier was that like with mushrooms, it felt like it was really trying to teach me something. Not only like, like it was like therapy. It was like the mushrooms were like trying to be like, yo, Anthony, like pay attention to this thing and like figure this shit out. Like, whereas LSD wasn't really trying to get me to figure out my problems, more just like notice them and not really like giving me a solution in my head. Just kind of no, not dying them. Just give me a different perspective on them. I feel like that's what psychedelics are all about. Just giving you a better perspective on anything. If you want to go out and use them to party, that's totally on. Everyone's free to do that. I'm not going to tell anyone how to use psychedelics, but for me, I don't see them that way.
I find them, don't get me wrong, I find mushrooms and tripping very tranquil and therapeutic. Like, hence why I like doing them outdoors. Like,
Have you never had a bad mushroom trip, Jake?
not really, no. Maybe
Oh,
one,
dude,
but that was because it was one of the first times I ever did it. I bought it from a buddy, and then, dude, they just didn't kick in. I'm talking about like for an hour, like 5 hours. So I assumed they were bunk. So I like called my friend. I was like, dude, you're a piece of shit. You sold me like fake shrooms. He's like, no, I didn't. I was like, fuck you, whatever, man. And then me and my buddy were like, fuck you want to go see the Zohan, the Adam Sandler movie?
Oh my god.
Dude, so
Of all fucking movies.
So no bullshit. This is like 5 hours after I ate them. So I'm walking in New Rock City and I noticed the carpet starts breathing and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And then like as the Zohan movie played, I was just like tripping really hard. And I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
But it was only because I had already told myself I wasn't going to trip, and then I started tripping against my will.
Yeah, that sounds like a bad time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've actually had a lot of really bad trips on mushrooms.
Well, this is what I'm saying. I feel like your approach to them is like, you got to be like, I really do treat them a little bit more with like respect, I want to say. Like,
but you don't. Most of my bad trips have been when if I'm like inside a house or something like that.
Oh, you have told us this. Yeah.
Like when I'm out in nature or at a festival or something, that's when I'm having the good trips. But if I'm like in a house or in an urban environment or something like that, that's when I have bad trips. Especially if I get couch locked, then I get really bad trips. But
well, dude,
it was a good trip.
Yeah. You know what also has some bad trips in it?
Good trips and bad trips.
Good trips and bad trips. That was a terrible
Star
segment,
Wars.
but Star Wars.
yeah, Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, welcome to another episode of Comics and Chronic. It's me, your boy, Cody Cannon. We got Jake FH as always, Anthony Iannaccio as always, and we're here to discuss Star Wars as a whole, as an overarching subject.
Yes, I agree. Because I grew up. My siblings are born in the '80s. They're older than me. So I very much grew up on the old films, and I love them
to death.
Same.
And also, like, I was a kid when the episodes came out, so like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I do like Phantom Menace, but after Phantom Menace, it gets pretty.
It starts to get murky.
Starts to get a wee bit murky.
Oh, see, I'm different than you guys.
Well, we
I'm
know
in
that.
a different boat.
We never doubted that. You are different.
Yeah, I'm of a different opinion. But yeah, the old series, I was a fanatic. I was homeschooled, a lot of times for like my book reports and stuff like that, I would just get to choose my books. And so I read entire book series.
I'm going to do Star Wars.
Huh?
You did Star Wars?
Exactly. Yeah, I read the entire like X-Wing series.
I know what you're talking about. I have one of those books.
Yeah, there was like an entire novel series about them, and then a spin-off one, and I read all of them. I was a fanatic about Star Wars when I was younger.
Nice.
Yeah, same. I had like all the toys, like in the 90s.
Ton of toys, yeah.
Yeah, in the 90s it was like they relaunched the toys, and man, like because in 1997 they came out with the special edition ones right before the prequels came out.
Yeah.
And so I feel like we were the exact age and demographic for all of that merchandise. And like I ate it all up. Like, to be honest, like like my dad was like, "Oh, Anthony, you want to watch Star Wars?" Like before the new ones were coming out, and I was like, "No, I don't care. Like, I don't want to watch that." And he's like, "Well, too bad. You're going to sit down and watch him." And I was like, "I don't want to watch him." He's like, he just puts him on, and as soon as it turned on, like I just was like, like life changed forever.
A younger Cody would have said Star Wars was his favorite movie series.
Yep,
dude. I had when Phantom Menace came out, and Darth Maul was all up in that shit. Dude, I had the dual saber that he has. Dude, it was honestly one of the best summers of my life.
Me and my friends, when I first moved to West Virginia, my friend group and I would all participate in lightsaber like fencing battles.
Nice.
We would go out into the woods, me and Booms and all kinds of people would buy those like $24 ones that would expand.
Yeah,
you know
those
what I'm
are
talking
awesome.
about?
Yeah.
And we would go out into the woods like right around sunset and like sometimes do every man for himself, sometimes do
Like
team battle.
Jedi versus Sith.
Yeah.
just denting the shit out of those things.
Let me ask you, when you play fought with your Star Wars swords, were you guys, either of you, the type of fighters who would like, if you were like fighting your friend, you would try to make it look cool, like a legit sword fight? Were you just like trying to whack the shit out of them?
No, trying to make it look cool.
Yeah,
for
right?
Sure. Not.
Yeah, we were. It was like about the spectacle.
Exactly.
And we also like the way we fought, we weren't like just hitting each other. We had like a rule system.
Yeah.
Like if you kill somebody, you can dual wield if you want to. You can if your arm gets hit, you can't use that arm. If
Time out. You said in the Hawkeye episode that you hated LARPers.
Yeah, you're just naming
You thought they were the scum of the earth.
Dude.
You are a LARPer, you piece of shit. You hate yourself. Go
Cody,
take more ass.
fucking poser. I knew it.
but we didn't like do the whole LARPing thing. We just kind of.
You just pretended you live action role played Star Wars and you made a system out of it. It's literally LARPing.
That's it. Is the rules of LARPing.
Yeah, literally.
Oh my god. I always thought I was cooler than them.
No, you're not.
Oh.
I asked because I had a friend, dude, like, yeah, I agree. When me and my friends would play, even just with stick fights, it was to make it look cool. Like we were legit like fucking Jamie Lannister out this bitch, But I had a friend, Harrison, who would like try to whack you, and I was like, dude, it's not fun play fighting with you.
Of course,
like,
his name was Harrison.
Yeah,
of course,
he was like, dude, I'm trying to win. He's like, you're trying to have like choreographed battles. I was like, yeah, like what the fuck? I was like, dude, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. No, we had, I can't remember who was it that played like that. There were a couple people that played like that where they just swung really hard.
Yeah, I always hated dumb kids like that.
Come in fast and aggressive.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, what?
But because of that, we ended up basically bullying them out by right away. Everyone would just attack them.
Yes. I always hated those kids. Good. I'm glad you did that.
Dude, you know what I also hated? When I was younger and I had action figures and like my mom would make me do play dates with other kids because I didn't really want to do that shit. And like kids would come over and they want to see your toys. And I don't know about you, but when I played with action figures, I was very like particular. I was like, all right, like I'll move his fist into like a punch and I'll punch him. I wasn't the one who would hold two figures and just like blah, 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 like a caveman. You know? And I always hated when kids did that. And I was like,
me and you should have been friends when we were kids, Jake. We would have got along so well.
Been friends. Cody, I can tell you're a caveman player, aren't you?
I'm a caveman player. But
I would have asked my mom to call your mom to make you leave.
That being said, I want to clarify something though. I wasn't just like boom, 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 boom. That's just like how I did action. I wasn't intricate with it, but I actually like when I played with action figures, I always like wrote these complex storylines and like would have like teams and betrayal.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
I would too.
I didn't write them, but there were storylines in my head.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, I would take mental notes and then like pick up the saga where it left off.
Previously on Cody's playing.
But seriously, like, I also like, because I had like so many of the figures, and like in the 90s they came out with Shadow of the Empire. Do you guys remember that? So
No.
Shadow of
Was
the Empire.
that based on the book? That was the
So they released a video game, a book, and a comic, and they were all basically telling like the book was pretty much the whole story, but the video game might follow one of the characters, and the comic I think maybe follows a different part of the
Dash
story.
Rendar.
Yeah, that dude, the dude in the video game. Yeah. He has red hair, right? He's basically Han Solo for that group of
Game.
people, right?
Yeah.
And the story takes place in between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, when Leia's trying to find out how to save Han.
How to save Han. Luke's becoming like all black Jedi, green lightsaber Luke. And I had all the toys from there, but I had no idea. I had no idea about any of that, let's say, except for the video game, which didn't even explain that. So I would make all these crazy stories up. Like I had this Luke who was in like a red like stormtrooper uniform, and like you could put on like the helmet, but I would put the helmet on a different character and just fuck shit up with like, I don't know. I had like weird stories, but when I got older and like didn't play with toys anymore, I made like a movie basically with my neighbors. My neighbors were like a couple years younger than me, and it's called Ghetto Jason. And it's a sprawling.
I like it
epic,
already. I like it already.
It's nonsense. My camera ran on AA batteries, and I edited it in Windows Movie Maker. I don't know if you guys remember that. But
that's insane.
But like in the movie, like I was heavily influenced by Star Wars, but then remember Spaceballs?
Yeah.
Spaceballs is one of the best spoof movies ever made, best parodies ever, I think.
Agreed.
And I also love that shit. Even as a kid, it was just like perfect the way they just ripped on Star Wars. And so I made like I used my old Halloween costumes, and we like all like dressed up. Like I had one of my friends dressed as Darth Vader, one of my friends dressed as an alien. So I like really choreographed like this whole story. I have to show you guys this shitty movie one day. It's incredibly bad.
Yeah, dude, we should play it at your wedding.
Oh no.
I like that idea.
But my friend that played Ghetto Jason, Robbie, he's one of the groomsmen, so he might be down for that. Actually.
Ghetto Jason.
Ghetto Jason.
That's amazing.
That's so funny.
It somehow crosses over with Star Wars. You never know.
Nice. Well, I like the first three are the best. I think that's not
really,
I
think that's undeniable.
You can't really argue that.
Yeah, hard to.
As a kid, I did love Phantom Menace, to be honest, and I still kind of do. It's better. It's the best of the episodes for sure.
I disagree. Of the prequels,
Yeah,
I agree with Jake.
What?
I know you do.
What do you think is better?
I'd say I liked, dude.
Attack of the Clones.
No,
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah,
I liked Revenge of the Sith too.
One.
No, Attack of the Clones is the worst.
No, Revenge of the Sith, dude. Some of the lines, literally, there's a line in Revenge of the Sith where Anakin says, "Well, in my eyes, the Sith are the good guys."
Yeah,
and it's like,
dude. No, in my mind, the Jedi are
exactly.
evil.
And it's like, dude,
and then he's like, "Well, you cannot be helped." And then he's just like, "Fuck it." At that point, you're dead.
That's so bad.
No, I get it. I'm not saying, dude, but even though the dialogue and stuff in the original, we're not rating these movies on.
No, but the original was better dialogue wise than Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah,
for sure.
But even the actors playing like Luke, like Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford. Like if you watch behind the scenes, they'll be like, "Yeah, these lines were sounded good on paper, but no one ever said these words out loud." Like the way George Lucas wrote it, like people don't talk like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Well. Anyway, all I was going to say is my favorite, dude, I don't know what it is. I love that segment. I think it was also because I was like a junior in high school or a senior in high school, maybe when it came out, or first year out of high. I was like maybe like on the cusp of adulthood, and it was ending, and I cried just because it was such a big part of my life. And
you cry. You say that about every movie, though.
Revenge of the Sith.
I actually cried during Order 66.
When Order 66.
When they kill the younglings?
Nah, fuck them. I was more hurt by the dude with the big head that got gunned down.
Oh, I hate it. I don't like conehead people. I was very glad he got killed.
What's his name? You cried, but you don't even know his name.
I can't remember. I don't remember those things anymore. It's not important.
I never remember that dude's name. It's so like alien,
Star
and,
Warsy,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
But no, I just thought it was like a really sentimental. It was like just like really moving. I went with like all of my friends. We went to the Charleston Theater. People were like dressed up in costume and saber fighting in the parking lot, and everybody was, and it was so fun.
Nice.
Anyway, all I'm saying is, I would go, if we're ranking, obviously of the prequels, I would go 3, 1, 2.
I would go 1, 3, 2.
I'd go 1, 2, 3.
We all have different opinions. I like that.
But I don't even think that's because like 2 is necessarily better than 3. I think they're on par
Fair enough.
with how bad they are. The 2, the best thing that we had was that we finally got to see Yoda fight.
Yeah.
After all these
The last
years.
act of 2 is pretty cool.
The last act of 2 is the strongest part of 2.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
But episode, I don't know. I liked how crazy Revenge of the Sith, really, they just like, it was like, I liked seeing the bad guys win. It was pretty cool, you know? Like Yoda, that battle between Yoda and Palpatine was sick.
Yeah. Yoda was cool. He was flipping and flopping.
Yeah, but I will admit that even then, I remember hating it, and to this day, I think it's hard to. I don't know if anyone actually likes it, but when Darth Vader is like finally Darth Vader, and he just goes, "No!"
Oh yeah, that's the worst. Yeah, that's cheating.
Yeah, I mean, I would throw that in the trash in a heartbeat.
You know what
throw
is
that on
actually
fire.
really cool in 3, and I'll go back and watch it on YouTube. Is the final fight between Anakin and Obi-Wan, and dude, there's a move that's like a technical like sword fighting move that they both do, and neither of them hit one another, but it's like a very defensive move, so it's cool, and they do it at the same time. So it's cool that like in the midst of their fast-paced battle, they both had the wherewithal to try. I'll send it to you guys. It's pretty dope.
Also, that battle, I watched it on mushrooms, and it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
I mean, Anakin's a dumbass for trying to leap when Obi-Wan to the high ground. He even says, like, do not do it. I will fucking murder you.
Yeah!
Anakin's like, fuck that.
I love how he gets caught on fire.
Dude, yeah, his little quadriplegic body stumbles to the lava and he starts burning.
Obi-Wan's just like, deuces.
Yeah, he's like, yo, peace out, bro. I told you.
I'm gonna go see what your pregnant wife's up to. You know.
I told you not to do it.
Yeah, dude. No, I liked that. I loved the Mace Windu Palpatine battle.
Yeah,
I do too, but Mace Windu, man. In the end, I feel like
I think he's still alive. I think the fact that the Star Wars universe continues.
Got.
Yeah, but even the Emperor came back in fucking Rise of Skywalker.
Sorry, the Emperor coming back is not something I will.
It sucks.
I don't acknowledge, if truth be told, like the third movie.
Let me say Rise of Skywalker I would rank as the worst Star Wars movie.
I think what about Han Solo?
It's right. Han Solo's right above that.
Solo.
So those two are the worst.
Solo.
Cody, you're the only person that likes Solo.
Dude, I know. I
a lot of people like it.
I guarantee you a lot.
They're the worst people I've ever heard.
Dude, I liked Solo and I liked Rogue One.
Yeah, everyone likes Rogue One. I love That's Rogue a good One, movie. Yeah. Rogue One and Solo are like two completely. One's actually a good movie. The other one's
okay. So if we're doing ranking the entire series,
we are.
I'm gonna go Empire, Revenge. Well, I mean not Revenge, Return, A New Hope, fucking. Then I'd probably go Rogue One. Then I'd probably go Revenge of the Sith. Then I'd do Phantom Menace. Then I'd do Attack of the Clones. Then I'd do Solo. And then I would throw the entire rest of them away.
They don't even rank?
Dude, they're so bad. I hated them all so bad.
Wow, okay. Jake, do you have a ranking?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just do it right now. But
let's go. Let's just go around.
The OG trilogy is the best out of all of them. So and even then, it's
in what order? In the order they came out?
I feel divided because dude, growing up, I'm not gonna lie, Return of the Jedi was my favorite.
Me
Yes,
too.
me too.
Me too.
Yeah,
That's
me
why
too.
I gave it. That's why I
So,
gave it 2.
yeah, but like I think
me.
Empire is probably the stronger one. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with the fact that growing up, Return of the Jedi was my favorite. I'm going with Return of the Jedi,
Nice.
Empire, New Hope, Phantom, almost in order, honestly. Phantom, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, and then Rogue One. I guess the new Star Wars movie after that. Which one was it?
Force Awakens?
Force
Last Jedi?
Awakens.
Oof. I hated Force Awakens, man.
Then Han Solo. No, sorry. Then Han Solo. Then the second. Then the second Star Wars movie.
Last Jedi?
Yeah, and then the third Star Wars movie. I don't even know their names, dude. They're all pretty bad. But I'd rather not acknowledge the last 3 movies. Like, honestly.
See, I'm not as harsh on the new movies, but okay, here's what I'll say. I'm gonna go with the original Star Wars is number 1 for me. Like at first, when I was a kid, it was Return of the Jedi. For a while, it was Empire, but I'm gonna go A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, The Phantom Menace, then Rogue One, then Revenge of the Sith, then The Last Jedi.
You know what? You're right. Rogue One is better.
The Last Jedi.
Hold on. Attack of the Clones, Solo, and then Rise of Skywalker last.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Rise of Skywalker definitely belongs last. I agree with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but you said you're surprised Rogue One is above what?
I actually agree. Now that you said that, I do like Rogue One better than the Episode 2 and Episode 3.
Right, but not better than Episode 1. It's kind of like close. A lot of these are close. Like I thought about my Joe Pesci's for each of these, to be honest. So like some of them are almost tied in like number, but
yeah, this Pesci scale is going to be brutal. I honestly hate the new trilogy so much, but if I had to rank it, I would go 2, 1, 3.
Yeah, that's how I see them do. Yeah,
I'd go 1, 2, 3
of the last ones. Yeah. But that being said, I hated them so much that now I am just uninterested in Star Wars.
Yeah, no, it really caused a dent in how much I like Star Wars.
I kind of feel that too. I never finished Boba Fett.
I never finished The Mandalorian.
I finished Mandalorian. I won't lie.
Mandalorian's great. I actually do love. Okay, if I had to rank Mandalorian though, it would probably go above Rogue One in my entire thing.
Wow,
I love The Mandalorian.
That's insane.
Yeah, I love The Mandalorian. I feel like it's the most Star Wars feeling thing out of the new stuff, more than the new trilogy, more than Solo.
See, I loved Rogue One. Oh God, I would put it, like I said, I would put it at 4. Mandalorian, man, the first 4 episodes just bored the shit out of me, and I never watched past it. It just felt like and I don't mean this in a good way, but it felt very much like the old like Hercules or Xena shows, where it was like lone hero travels to town, teaches town how to fight, or solves a problem, moves on to next town. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does have those vibes, but that's why I liked it, I guess. I usually, when it comes to Star Wars, I definitely care more about like lightsaber stuff with Jedis and shit like that. But Mandalorian really, before Mandalorian came out, I was like, this looks cool, but where's the lightsabers? Where's that's where I feel at home with Star Wars. So
see, I think maybe where I read all the books, some of my favorite Star Wars content over the years has been stuff that isn't necessarily Jedi focused. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So, what do you guys like outside of the movies? So you're talking about the books. I've never read any of the books. I've read some of the comics, but not like.
See, I haven't read a single comic about Star Wars, which is kind of surprising.
So there's a lot from there's a lot. They came out since the 70s and 80s. I mean, even the 90s. There's the Dark Horse stuff, and then they rebooted everything once Disney bought Marvel and Disney got Star Wars, and so I started reading the Star Wars comics when Marvel rebooted it, and the Darth Vader series, man, since it started, it's had different writers. It's amazing. Every era of it, there's the first person to write the series was Kieran Gillen. His series is great. Then you got Charles Soule. His Darth Vader series is great. And then our boy Greg Pak, who wrote Planet Hulk,
Nice.
I think he currently writes Darth Vader.
Nice.
Yeah.
GP?
GPZ.
GPZ?
Oh man.
Wait, I wanted to say one thing also that's dope about Rogue One that honestly, now that I'm like thinking about it, makes it a lot better than most of them. And it truly is the last scene when Darth Vader comes aboard the ship.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah, it
never
was
seen
cool.
Darth Vader be himself. I mean, like, of course, in the 80s, the original trilogy, but it's still like very slow sword. You know what I mean? Like, dude, this one he was like
Yeah.
fucking like force grabbing them. You know, like he was
Yeah, that
fucking shit
scene
up.
that scene's one of the coolest scenes in the entire series.
I agree. It's like
I
one of the
agree.
best Star
Yes.
Wars scenes. It's just so sick.
It's so cool. It was definitely like a scene. I know it divided a lot of the fans. Like it
we
felt like a
needed
video
it.
game scene in a
So
way.
what?
Like
It looked
because
awesome.
that's something.
It did feel like a video game. It was totally video
Like
game.
I loved it. Like I want to see Darth Vader do more shit like that. I hope he does more shit like that in the Obi-Wan show
Yeah, dude,
because
I
we
wanna see
know
him
he's going to
fuck
be in
shit
it.
up.
So I like shit like that. I like when the Force is used in a cool way. We saw
yeah,
you know,
totally.
like that's like getting mad that Yoda did all those flips and shit in the prequels. You know,
Yeah, right.
In order to become the leader of the Jedi Council, at one point you were a badass. you
yeah.
know?
Have you guys ever seen like Bat in the Sun productions on YouTube? It's like live action characters pitted against each other in fights.
No.
Well, anyways, they did one where it was like Batman versus Darth Vader,
Yeah.
and it had like alternate endings. It was pretty sweet, honestly, because he did some cool Force shit in that.
Nice.
There's a part where like it's pretty like just to like nerd out. There's a part where Batman deactivates his breathing mechanism, and Darth Vader like summons the Force to like just like he's like he even says he's like the Force will sustain me long enough and like doesn't have to breathe for a minute. You know?
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty
Nice.
sweet. He like legit like powers up almost.
Okay, but if Batman's beating Darth Vader, get the fuck out of here. Come on. I'm
No,
gonna take a
so-
stand on that.
I mean, so Bat in the Sun always films alternate endings. So the original one, they do the one that most people vote on first, which is Batman does not win against Darth
Yeah.
Vader.
Because he's gonna choke the shit out of Batman easily. Like that's all he has to do. Just like
He
Batman's
does it,
done.
but then there's also an alternate ending where he's about to kill Batman and Superman comes crashing in and fucks him.
Okay. You gotta bring
That's the
Superman
only
in
way
there.
Batman wins.
Yeah. There's even Batman, he even like throws Batman in outer space, so you think surely the vacuum of space has killed him. And Batman, I shit you not, raises up in his bat jet, you know?
No.
and he starts like shooting at Darth Vader, but Darth Vader like force crushes it and kills him.
Nice, yeah, of course.
Nice.
I agree.
Yeah,
I mean, Batman should not beat Darth Vader. That's insane.
Even
Yeah.
with prep time though, like he has a lot of prep
Yeah.
time.
I'm not that much of a Batman slut that he can just beat anybody.
Yeah. I think he would put up a good fight with prep time. Without prep time, it would be a slaughter.
I don't know, but I think there's so many characters. Like, I don't know. I think Darth Vader is fucking up very quickly and easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Have you guys ever heard the theory that it's kind of George Lucas has kind of like
He's
hinted
a
that like
genius.
that was George Lucas is a genius. He's awesome. So George Lucas has kind of implied that Jar Jar Binks was supposed to have. I hate Jar Jar Binks, by the way. I'm going to preface this with that. I fucking hate Jar Jar Binks.
I've heard this.
And I
internet
hated him
theory,
as a
and I think
kid.
it's just an internet theory.
Right. But I think it's a pretty cool theory that Jar Jar Binks is secretly like a Sith master, and this whole time he's kind of orchestrating things behind the scenes, going as far as he's the guy that puts forward that they should make Palpatine like the Supreme Chancellor or whatever the fuck, the Emperor.
Is that just like a theory, or is that something that like, because I thought I heard somewhere that George Lucas originally wrote that and then changed it to sell more toys and stuff.
I guess what I'm assuming is that George Lucas had a plan, and there was a lot of backlash against Jar Jar Binks even back then. Like as a kid, as a 9-year-old, that movie came out in 1999. I was like loving the movie. I was like, Darth Maul, fucking awesome. I love everything about. Oh, Jar Jar Binks, who the fuck is this? Like I hate it so much. I hate Ewoks too. Sorry, I hate.
Oh, I
them as a
love
kid.
Ewoks.
What? I love Ewoks, dude.
I don't
like Ewoks.
Wait. Oh my god. We just fucked up, you guys. There is actually, I shit you not, another movie that is completely canon. And
The Ewok
Caravan
movie.
of Courage.
Yes, the Ewok movie where they're legit like slaves. Remember that?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I love
with the
that
2 little
movie
kids.
as-
They're like,
All
with
right,
the
love
so
Ewok.
now I need to change the order.
Oh
it
boy,
goes
where this Caravan of
Caravan
Courage?
of Courage.
Dude, have you tried to rewatch those as adults?
I have not, to
No.
be honest,
Yeah,
but I
no.
just
Dude,
remembered it as a kid. I'm sure it's
They're
terrible.
not. They're not. As adults, I loved it as a kid.
Yeah, no.
I was like, this is the dopest shit ever.
But I'm sure it's dumb as fuck now.
Yeah, me and my friends back when I was in my early 20s got really high. We were like, we have to watch it. And it was not good. I mean, it was fine. I've seen worse science fiction shit out there, but
Yeah.
it was not good.
Isn't there like a witch? Isn't there like a witch in the movie who like enslaves them?
There's like different. There's 2 movies.
There's 2, yeah.
Oh,
I
shit.
forget what the other
Part
one's
1
called.
and
It's
part
Caravan of
2.
Courage and something else. Yeah.
Yeah, the first one is that against the giant, and is the second one the witch?
I just remember there being like an Endor witch that like enslaves the Ewok for whatever purpose.
I think that's in the
Unless I'm just
second one.
tripping and all that never happened. But dude, have
You
you
don't
guys
remember.
ever seen Return to Oz?
I've seen parts of it.
Dude, it's
Yeah, same.
genuinely one of the most terrifying things a human being can witness. It's
What
funny.
does that have to do with the Ewoks? Like, where's the connection?
I was just
Is
thinking
it like- is
little
it like,
critters and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm saying, is it like Frank Oz? Like, did he?
It's like
'Cause
Jim
he-
Henson. Jim Henson.
Oh,
puppetry,
okay.
Same as Ewoks,
Nice.
you know. So yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, but the
Also, I'm just high.
Yeah.
Does there need to be a logical connection?
You were just like, oh, but wait, I don't know. I was trying to see where it was going. I don't know. I wasn't trying to be like, why?
dude, but yeah, those movies were pretty cool.
Yeah, the Ewoks are. I'm a big Ewok fan. What about Wookiees? Do you guys like Wookiees?
Yes. Oh, have you guys seen the Star Wars Christmas special?
Yeah, I see
No,
that.
I actually didn't watch that.
That's the worst. That's actually the worst.
Yeah.
Because there's maybe is it? I think it's like 20 minutes. It's long of Chewbacca and his family speaking in Wookiee. There's no subtitles or anything. They're just like like for forever, and it's like it's the beginning of it. So like you want to keep watching the holiday special you heard so much about, but it's just like it's kind of nauseating to hear Wookiees talk so long. It's not fun.
They're not like attractive.
Yeah, it wasn't something you could like jerk off to, man. It was just-
Yeah, they're not as fuckable as Ewoks.
Oh, that's awesome.
What about like Yodas? Whatever Yoda's aliens,
Dude,
like are they? Where do they fall in the ranking of
Yodas
fuckable
are
Star Wars
top
creatures?
Tier for,
Top
for a variety of reasons.
Yeah, they can make you levitate while you're fucking
They
them.
could probably like with the Force like make you come and you're just like
Yeah.
Damn.
No!
So Jake is a Yaddle stan.
I'm a what?
Yaddle stand.
So in episode 1, they might have gotten rid of Yaddle, but there's a female Yoda creature, and her name is Yaddle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll smash Yaddle.
Jake
Yeah,
will
dude.
smash
Hell
Yaddle.
Hell yeah, man. I used to want to smash most Star Wars characters.
Natalie Portman.
Oh,
Natalie
God,
Portman,
who didn't?
Yeah.
I'd
really
she was like my
smash her.
childhood crush, you know?
Who's Rosario Dawson's character again?
Ahsoka.
Yeah, that's Smash her. And the girls, Jabba the Slut's sex slaves.
Jabba the Sluts.
Jabba the Hutt.
Jabba the slut. Jake wants some fuck Jabba.
Jabba Jake.
Oh. What were those? They were called
I
huts.
just
Yeah.
laughed so hard.
The Dude, there was a Han Solo prequel novel series, and there were like a lot of huts in that story, and it was kind of like about how Han ended up on the run from the huts.
No
It
shit.
was all of that. It was like what went into Solo, but way better.
I would love to see like a Hut. Give us a Sopranos Hut family TV show
Drama?
on Disney Plus. Yeah.
No
The
Jabba,
Huts.
no Wonka.
Yeah. It's like he's on a speeder.
Solo.
Oh, that's pretty good, Cody. I
Nice,
was gonna
that was
peg you
good.
as a Darth Vader. You know, you're a dad. You're breathing heavy a lot.
Fuck you, Anthony.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was honestly fantastic.
Anthony, what about you? Who can you do? Who can you mimic from?
I don't know if I could do anybody. I could do a really
Anthony,
shitty.
could you do Jabba's little side dude? The little-
Salacious Crumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys play the fucking Star Wars trading card game that was like Magic the Gathering?
No, come on.
Oh,
Come on.
Grow up, Cody.
We weren't
I did.
homeschooled like you. We didn't have all this free time to play with Star Wars.
that's true. That is also true because I mostly played with my siblings.
Oh, I think I said myself.
No, siblings.
Can I do what is Salacious Crumb? He's like, I can't do that guy.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Jake,
good,
I,
yeah.
I knew Jake would do a good one because he just kind of he's just like
Yeah.
What about Chewbacca? Can you do a Chewbacca?
I figured it out one day. Like one day I was like, I need to figure out Chewbacca. And I can't do it now. I won't be able to. I can try to.
A cheap Chewbacca, but still try.
Go ahead.
It's pretty close.
Yeah. My tongue is dry. I need to get more.
Yeah.
My tongue is dry.
Nice. That's pretty good.
Star Wars was the first movie that I ever picked up on the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, that thing is that might have even been the originator.
No, it's not.
You don't think the Wilhelm scream? How long do you think the Wilhelm scream has been around? Ooh, that's a good.
It's probably around for. Well, why is it called the Wilhelm scream? I doubt it would be called that
because
if
for
it started
Charles
in Star
Wilhelm.
Wars. Who's that?
I just made him.
I believed you, Jake. I was like, yeah, that has to be it. That's the
Cody nodded. He's like, yep.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Charles Wilhelm.
yeah, famous screamer.
That was a good Chewbacca, but I feel like Cody has John Candy vibes, and he basically was Chewbacca in Spaceballs. So.
Dude, Spaceballs is genuinely hilarious. I grew up on that, like literally grew up on that with my parents. I know that like every word in that movie.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
I love when he does the "I am your father" line, but he's like, "I am your." Rick Moranis as Dark Helmet. He's like, "I am your father's sister's cousin's brother's former college roommate."
Yeah, it's like, what does that make us? He's like, absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Dude, I growing up, I always wanted to be Han Solo, but in my heart of hearts, I know I'm Chewbacca if I'm any Star Wars character.
Nice.
Yeah, you got Chewbacca vibes,
We
Cody.
got hard Chewie vibes. Although Chewie was a feisty, testy thing, you know.
He was.
Cody, you would be a very laid back Wookiee.
Yeah, it would.
Chewbacca was pretty high, like often like choking people the moment he got pissed off.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I could, I would.
Yeah, if society would allow me.
Yeah, if I wouldn't get criminal charges, I would love to choke more people.
Yeah.
So Jake, I feel like if we did like I don't know why, but like I also when I think of parodies, you guys ever when you were kids, did you watch Muppet Babies?
Of course.
Yeah.
And Muppet Babies had a really good Star Wars one.
I remember that.
Like I remember
me
Ralph
too.
being Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Kermit's definitely Luke, and then I
Yeah.
forgot who's. I
I
think
think what's
Gonzo.
Gonzo
Miss
was-
Piggy is
So-
Leia.
Miss Piggy's Leia, and Gonzo is Solo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was
I forgot who's- Vader. I forget. It might have been what's his name? It was like Honkers and the guy with the glasses.
Oh, Beaker.
Beaker.
Beaker. Yeah, and the other dude. I forget. Maybe one of them was Darth Vader. Me.
Jim Henson is just an OG.
Yeah, dude. Shout out to the greatest ever.
Yeah.
Can you do a Yoda impression?
Everyone can do a Yoda impression.
Everyone?
I
don't
can't.
think
I
so.
feel like
I feel like Jake could.
I can't.
he just always talks backwards. And you gotta make your voice like this.
Make your voice.
Fear leads to the dark side.
Use the force, you must.
Fear leads to the dark side.
Is that Bane?
Yeah,
As Yoda?
Bane as Yoda. To the dark side, fear does lead.
Okay, guys. So, what do you think? How many Pesci's are we giving these bad boys?
Every single one.
Are we going through and pecifying them?
Pecifying them, yeah. Yeah, we're going to peg them.
I could do it. This is off the top of my head. Ready? This is off the top of my head.
Okay, do it. What are you doing?
A New Hope, 6. I'm reading it off the top of my head.
Oh, okay.
The Empire Strikes Back, 6. Return of the Jedi, 5.8. The Phantom Menace, 5.6. Rogue One, 5.5. Revenge of the Sith, 5.4. Last Jedi, 5. The Force Awakens, 4.5. Attack of the Clones, I'll give it a 4. Solo, it's coming down to a 2.
Ooh.
And then Rise of Skywalker gets the Wonder Woman 1984 1.
Nice. There's not a lot I disagree with there. Definitely some things, but not a lot.
Yes, they hover around 6s and
what would you
high
give
5s.
the Star Wars series overall? Like if you were to put all the Star Wars content out there together and you were to rate it one giant Joe Pesci, what would it be?
How many are we forced to include the last 3?
Yes.
You could give it for anyone you want, to be honest.
Really?
Like
I thought this is taking everything into consideration.
if you
Okay.
you're saying so give one like overall
one giant Joe Pesci number to the Star Wars universe.
and this can include video games and the Mandalorian and any
No, it does include Mandalorian.
Okay.
And it includes like Attack of the Clones, any animated shit.
Well, you know what? I would give Star Wars a 6 then, because I think like the way we were speaking about it before, like the new movies, maybe they just can't ever live up to the kind of things that we saw when we were kids and changed our lives, because it was like the first experience for us as kids to see a movie like that. And they're just unique movies, they're just a rich universe that I'm a fanboy for life. The fans could really suck. I will say that. The internet definitely makes me hate Star Wars
but
sometimes.
so do comic book fans, and we're comic book fans.
So, but at the end of the day,
we suck.
Yeah, exactly. We really do. I'm sure like everything we're talking about in this, plenty of people could find ways to get mad about our opinions on it. And
the only people
fine.
who get mad about our opinions are bitches.
They're not true commies.
Yeah, they're not true commies, so you can suck a dick.
Yeah,
people who listen to us to hate us, but also keep listening to us because it helps us.
Hate us more. And keep
so
listening.
thank you and eat a dick.
Yeah.
But I'll give it a 6.
Okay, Jake, what are you giving an overarching?
Overarching Star Wars. I look upon my desk right now and I say to myself, is there anything Star Wars even on this thing? And there's a lot. There's Kirby, Flash, Thanos, Batman, Proto Man.
No Vader. You seem like a Vader guy.
Oh, I'm totally. Dude, I used to have Vader action figures. I downloaded him for Soul Calibur 4 when he was a DLC.
Yeah.
So, what am I going to give this overall Star Wars universe? I feel like it deserves a 6, but I can't do it, you guys.
It's committed too many sins.
I can't either.
That's
if
fair.
we have to include the new series,
Yes.
that gives it a big kick in the gut.
I'll
for
get
me,
Star Wars overall like a 5.4.
Fair.
Nice.
That seems like a more realistic.
I was going to give it a 5.2.
Okay, I can see that, and I can agree with that.
I like them all.
I almost went down to 4.8, but then I took a moment and was
you were
like,
hold
think
up,
about
hold up.
how much it impacted me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I gave it another 0.4.
I mean, dude, I loved it as a kid.
Yeah.
But I'm not a Star Wars slut by any means.
Would it make every Star Wars better if they replace R2-D2's beeping with dialogue recorded by Joe Pesci?
Of course.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God. That would actually be incredible.
Yeah. Get the door, you stupid. I don't even know, dude. That would be you fuck talking to C3PO
You
like
fucking Wookiee fuck, you piece of shit, you droid motherfucker.
It's just by his beeps, you could tell he's like fuck. He's like pissed off with everyone. He's just like
in the movies. Whenever like the characters respond to him, they're like, "Whoa!" Like he says some crazy shit. Supposedly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, R2D2 is like a fucking dirty dude.
Yeah,
and the fact that he's basically a war veteran, now we know he's just a crotchety
he's
old.
an OG war veteran.
Yeah.
he's been seeing action since he was born, basically.
Dude, you know what's also cool / like weird is that C-3PO is designed to put a human or a living being at ease, and hence like why he can talk so many languages. But the robot itself is so full of anxiety and high strung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I also didn't like that Anakin Skywalker was the one who made C-3PO. Get the fuck out of here.
What?
It doesn't need to be that connected. It was, I don't know. It's just dumb.
I agree. It doesn't need to be that
be.
connected, but I wasn't like too torn up.
It doesn't make or break anything, but it's just like, all right, we get it. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I'll even say I kind of liked it. And I don't think it was that he built 3PO from scratch as much as he repaired a damaged.
Yeah, he repaired a damaged droid, didn't he? He like got him from the Jawas and whatnot.
Yeah.
well, then it's like, well, have you heard of the ship of Theseus?
Yeah. That's it took me a while. Oh shit!
I hate myself. Anyway,
George Lucas, you son of a bitch.
he's a genius. That's
Always
why.
has eye on the big picture.
He really does, though. Like Star Wars
No,
is
he
literally
doesn't.
like the mythology of Star Wars is based on the hero's journey. Like he really read
If truth be
Joseph
told,
Campbell.
Star Wars is heavily based off of Dune, like very heavily.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, when it comes down to the nitty gritty, yeah. After I saw Dune, I was like, wait a minute.
After reading Dune 2, I was like, oh, George Lucas definitely read this book when he made Star Wars, or before he made it. You know,
to the point where even in like. I haven't like read them, but from what I've read about them, like in the Star Wars books, they always talk about spice, right?
Yeah.
Like that's a Dune
the spice
thing.
mines of Kessel.
The spice melange.
Spice melange.
What?
That's what it is in the books.
Oh, in Dune.
Yeah.
Okay, and I was talking about Star Wars.
I don't acknowledge spice in Star Wars.
Oh man, that's what Han Solo was, a spice runner.
You're right. He's a spice smuggler.
He's a smuggler.
Fuck Han Solo.
Fuck Han
Fuck
Solo.
you, bro. Fuck you.
Which characters would you be if you wanted to be any of them?
If I wanted to be Han, but like I said, I think I'd be more Chewie than Han.
You can't be Han. Yeah, you're definitely more Chewie than Han.
Yeah,
I would want to be Luke even as a kid. I just want to be.
I never wanted to be Luke.
I always wanted to be Han.
I would much rather be Vader.
You were going to give me Luke Sky. I'll take Luke Skywalker. I'll be Luke.
I would honestly, with your altar boy vibes, you deserve Luke.
Yeah, you could be Luke for sure.
Hell yeah, I'll take Luke. I also really like R2D2. I just like that he's pretty much the one that gets shit done.
I honestly was gonna give R2 to Jake.
Oh, no, I'm not R2.
Just because R2's like a little crotchety little one.
See, that's exactly why I think of anything, I'm one of the grouchy Ewoks.
An Ewok.
Yeah.
You're Wicket.
Yeah, I'm like the one that's always like,
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not. I don't know his name, but yeah,
he's just the angry
he's grayish.
One. Yeah, he's grayish. He's always just like bitter. Like, I would be Boba Fett though if I could choose anyone.
I felt like you were going to say Boba Fett, but you don't like.
I've always been a big Boba fan. That's why I feel
but
like
not Book of Boba Fett.
No
take on him.
That's a hard no.
Dude, there was also a book that was like Tales. It was all about all the assassins that Vader hired to catch Han Solo, to track down Han Solo.
Which one is that? Is that Tales of Jabba's Palace? Is that what that one's called?
Maybe, or something. It was the same like kind of concept if it wasn't that one.
Or Tales of the Bounty Hunter, maybe something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Tales of the Jedi.
And there was a Boba Fett one, and there was a IG-88s was insane. IG-88s made me feel weird because it was about him becoming sentient and like realizing that machine, like he was basically like Skynet. And
oh shit,
he kept being like, I think, therefore I am, and stuff like that. It was insane.
Is IG-88 the one Taika Waititi did the voice of?
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't IG-88. That was just an IG series droid.
Gotcha.
Facts. Big facts.
Big facts.
Yeah, I'd be Boba.
Okay, if I could be anyone, I'd want to be fucking. If I could choose, I would want to be Wedge Antilles.
Really? Of all people, the X-wing, he's part of the Rogue Squadron, right? Or at least whatever that's
That the
called.
fish-looking guy or whatever.
No, he ruled though. I love that dude. I can't remember his name. But I always wanted, and when I was like, because when I was a kid, I would like craft these Star Wars and like reading the books and doing everything Star Wars related. I would literally come up with these I always wanted to be a pilot, like a starfighter
Oh
pilot.
yeah, I would love to fly any one of those, whether it's an X-wing or a TIE fighter.
See, I figured myself more of like even though I loved Wedge, I figured myself more of like somewhere in between, like a smuggler, gun for hire esque. That's what I always wanted to be. Not quite bad, but not quite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jake, I feel like you could be Lando too.
Ooh, I'd love to be
smooth talking.
Lando Carlisian. Hell yeah.
Smooth talking.
Dude, my man Billy D.
Yeah.
Williams.
Dude, the OG. Shout out to Billy, who also played Harvey Dent in Tim Burton's Batman.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Dude, and there's like concept art of him as Two-Face. I'm pretty sure now they publish a Batman 88, right?
Batman 89, I think.
Yeah.
Batman 89 comic, yeah, and he's a character.
Yeah.
And they think they even go as far as to make, I think Damon Wayans was going to be Robin, or one of the Wayans brothers was going to be Robin.
Originally, it was going to be one of the Waynes.
Yeah, wild.
Yeah, that is wild.
So I guess before we go, let me ask one question about Star Wars. They haven't done. Is there something like you want out of the Star Wars universe that they haven't done yet, or do you want them to follow like it seems like they would never let Star Wars die, right? Like they're just gonna keep making shit into the ground, it seems.
For sure.
Is there like any character, like pretty much like for me, Obi-Wan is a show I really, really wanted. So like that's kind of like my dream come true Star Wars show. I'm hoping we get to see more shit with Darth Maul, you know?
Yeah, dude.
Who do you guys want to see pop up or anything like?
So, if I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of stuff I'd love to see in the Star Wars universe, but if they keep the whole Disney Marvel of making it feel so goddamn Disney, I don't care. I
feel that, bruh. Facts, big time facts.
I don't think that's going away, unfortunately. Like
I know.
Exactly.
And that's why I hope Disney dies.
That's a good point too. Like I said, yeah, like honestly, yeah, I would like to see like
I want to see A24's Marvel Universe.
Marvel.
I don't even want that. I just want it to like both of the things just like, and like most, even like Rogue One's fewer flaws, it feels like a Disney, everything feels very like it has Disney's stamp on
It does.
it. You know what I mean?
You can feel it. It's very palpable.
And so because of that, I just don't care.
Yeah,
I just don't like. I loved Rogue One, and I'm not saying I'm not going to check shit out.
We know Cody doesn't like families. He always wants families to die in movies.
Yeah,
no, dude, it doesn't have to be like that, honestly. But it just does. It's all one note. It's like they never try anything new or different. It's all one note, kind of.
I agree.
Yep.
You know, I think the reason I liked both Solo and Rogue One is because at least it felt like there were like serious stakes in both of them. You know what I mean? Like neither one of them were as Disney as everything else, like Mandalorian or whatever.
Yeah.
I would kind of like to see George Lucas take one last stab at it, you know, something, whether it's one more movie. I don't think maybe a trilogy. I think a trilogy might be a lot, but like, I don't know. I feel like George Lucas is the only one that really knows how to make Star Wars work.
Dude, in a way that it was going to be Quentin Tarantino.
But like that's cool too. Like I want to see other people get a stab at it, but it always kind of seems like no one quite gets it. Like everyone, you know what I mean?
I feel like Disney, like the studios themselves, just water down whatever somebody else's vision is so much that it can't recover. You know what I mean? Like, how is it that Abrams has made a bunch of other good movies, an entire at least 2 out of the 3 Star Trek movies I saw were really good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but he did so that damn awful with Star Wars.
Lens flares. He needed more lens flares.
He needed more lens flares. Yeah, I don't know. Like they definitely didn't plan that new trilogy, so who knows? It wasn't like they literally didn't plan 3 movies. They were just like, let's see what happens after the first one.
So somehow Palpatine came back.
He's back.
He's back.
Yeah.
And we'll be back next week with another episode of Comics and Chronic.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for tuning in. Hi, you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jacob H.
I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannaccio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics and Chronic. That's Comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo!
Peace.